Hey, what's up guys, Tuck here, and today I want to talk about the price of maxing within Runescape. Now, what you see on screen now are my costs to max my account out. They are not the cost to max from the start. Obviously, if you're starting from level 1s, it will be considerably higher, and I'll talk about that later on. But basically, for me to max using commonly used methods, it would cost me 660 mil, which I can't afford, and obviously a lot of people can't afford that. But I just did a few rough calculations, and these are using what I consider, you might disagree with me, but these are using what I consider to be, shall we say, efficient and commonly used methods. So yeah, basically from 97 to 99, it will cost me 50 mil making overloads. That's making extremes and overloads, okay? So making extremes first and then turning those into overloads. I would lose 50 mil altogether, okay? Now crafting was the biggest shock for me. Obviously, bonus XP weekend has not long since finished. So cut rubies at the minute. Obviously, everyone's cut them on the XP weekend and dumped them in the GE. So they are crashing quite hard, but at the time of me working this out, I would lose 2k per ruby, which brings my cost up to 254 mil if I was to cut rubies from 80 to 99, which is obviously quite a lot of money. Again, smithing, now that the bots are gone, well, they haven't gone, but they've been reduced. Addy bars are kind of stable, but they have risen. They have risen a little bit. But smithing cost me 60 mil making addy plates, which is reasonable. I could afford smithing, I could afford herblore. Right now I can go and pay for those two, but they're the only two that I can actually afford, as my account is at the minute. Now construction, making mahogany tables is 156 mil. Now I was expecting construction to be expensive because it was introduced to the game for one purpose and one only, and that was just, it is a pure money drainer. It's a 100% buyable skill. There's no money in construction. It's just a way to get money out of the game, which I think puts a lot of people off. But at the same time, we've got to have something to take money out of the game. It's the same with overloads and extremes and that. Jagex put them in and make them untradeable, so it takes money out of the game. Because otherwise, inflation and all that, it just crashes the RuneScape economy. So crafting, I thought was going to be expensive, and 80 to 99, 156 mil. That's not that bad. Okay, that's not that bad at all. Farming, I was surprised at again. Using magics and palms from 80 to 99, it'll cost me roughly 170 mil. Obviously, I'd make a bit of that back because obviously you'd be planting herbs at the same time. But that doesn't account for any herbs that you plant and harvest. That's just purely magics and palms, and also calquats, I think, as well, are in there, but I forgot to write that up on here. But yeah, 170 mil for farming. Obviously you would reclaim some of that back, like I said, from the herb runs that you do, tied in with obviously your tree runs. Now fishing, AFK and rocktails to 99. This is from 90 to 99. I would make 45 mil on rocktails. Wicked. Okay, that's sound. 45 mil up. Mining from 95 to 99. I would make 17 mil doing concentrated gold in my living rock caverns. So combined, at the minute I can afford smithing and herblore. I can afford those as I am at the minute, but that's it. My cash would be drained. I can then, what I could do instead is I could do fishing and mining first. I'm not going to, because it's just one of the things I can't bother to do. But if I did mining and smithing first, I could then mining and fishing first. I could then pay for mining, and I'd basically break even. What am I saying? I'm saying all the wrong things, aren't I? Let me try that again, guys. Sorry. I could do mining and fishing first, and then pay for smithing and break even. There we go. I got it right. Okay, so I could get smithing and break even. Obviously, then I'd pay the 50 mil to get herblore, and I'd still have, a decent amount of cash left over, which wouldn't get me any more 99s, but I could possibly get, a few 90 stats out of it. Now, basically, the total cost of all this put together, this is including the money that I make from smithing, I keep saying smithing, The money I make from mining and fishing, it'll cost me 660 mil. Now the thing to remember is 94 to 97 herblore on bonus XP weekend cost me 50 mil. Okay, I ended that weekend, well, I ended doing herblore with I think 1.9 times multiplier. So I got between 2.7 and double XP, and it still cost me 50 mil. Now if I didn't do that, you can say it cost me at least double, okay, because obviously prices were slightly inflated and all the rest of it, so we're talking at least double, so we're talking 100 mil. Okay, so it's 100 mil from 94 to 97. I think probably more than that, but let's just say that for now. It's definitely more than that, but whatever. So say 100 mil. It's then 50 mil from 97 to 99. Okay, so it's 150 mil from 94 to 99. Now 94 is not even halfway. Okay, so to get to 94, it's going to cost you over 150 mil. So let's call it 200 mil. Okay, which brings the total cost of herblore up to 350 mil. Okay, so if I'm going for level 1, I can add 300 mil onto this total here, and makes it 960 mil. Okay, 960 mil. Okay, again, smithing, I'm level 90. Okay, so although I'm still not halfway, I'm not, I'm getting there sort of. So let's say we can add another 40 mil onto that. Okay, so 40 mil onto this makes it 1 bill. Okay, 1 bill. Right. On top of that, okay, so we're already at 1 bill to max out. Okay, on top of that, obviously, farming again, I'm level 80, so I've only just started doing magics and palms and things, so before that it was really cheap, It was the occasional yew, but mainly maples and things, so I won't even count farming, okay? Farming, that's what's going to cost you at 99, pretty much. Construction, I've probably spent 30 mil, maybe, getting to level 80. So let's add 30 mil in this case, so now I'm on 1 bill and 30 mil, okay? Crafting, I'm level 80, okay, I don't know how much that costs, but let's say, looking at the price of rubies here, let's say it's going to cost me 20 mil, I'll be generous and say 20 mil, okay? So we're now on, that's 50 mil over the bill. What else? Prayer, let's say prayer costs 200 mil, okay, that's 1.2 bill. Well, what else do I have that you wouldn't need? Summoning, God almighty, let's say summoning costs again 250 mil. Okay, all of a sudden we're on 1.5 bill. 1.5 bill to max. Okay, this is obviously from level 1, don't forget. Don't forget, this is from level 1. Okay, 1.5 bill. Okay, you've then got mage. Okay, I think magic cost me about 30 mil. Okay, so you got that to add on. Right, then you've got fire making. Okay, it costs you about 5 mil using maples, but you still add it on. Then you've got cooking, okay, it costs you about 5 mil again, but still it adds on. And honestly guys, by the time you want to max, you can easily double this figure right here. You can double that figure, okay, 660 mil is gone. You're talking well over a bill to max out an account. Okay, so next time you see someone with that max cape, okay, just stop and think for a minute. That guy might be wearing, Barrow's armor now, but that's because he's just spent over a bill getting that cape, okay? The max cape itself, is, I think it's 2.7 mil, guys? Correct if I'm wrong, I think it's about that. To buy the max cape, okay? But to earn the max cape, it's going to cost you well over 1 bill, using commonly used efficient training methods. So, I never realised any of this before. But it makes you wonder. Do you know what I mean? A max cape isn't something you can go and get just because you want to. You really do have to earn that max cape. You got to put in the time just to get the skills. And you've also got to put in a lot of time just to get the cash. I mean, there was once upon a time, when I got my rune crafting, obviously I got quite lucky because rune crafting paid for my prayer, and it finished off my summoning. I think I got, I think at the time I was about 81 prayer. I think. I got 99 rune crafting, and over a period of time, training rune crafting and prayer sort of like not together, but if I needed cash I'd do rune crafting, and then obviously the only thing I would spend it on was prayer for quite a long time. I did that, but 99 rune crafting got me 81 to 99 prayer, and I think it got me at the time 88 to 99. No, I think I got 88 to 96 summoning. I think off runecrafting. But now there's bots, and the bots are back, and nature runes are worth nothing. You know, so it probably wouldn't even make you that. It probably wouldn't make you enough to get prayer anymore. Let's be honest. But yeah, just food for thought, guys. I know I've been rambling on quite a lot, but next time you see that max cape, just think to yourself, that guy has really earned it. Don't go and be an idiot and say, oh, get a life. He's probably got a life. He's probably been there 5 years, playing what, 3 days a week on Runescape. He probably goes to work like I do, gets back from work, wants a bit of time to unwind. I don't know, I'll jump on Scape for an hour or two. So it's what people do. It's a game, guys. Do you know what I mean? You can say you're wasting your life, but you're on the game at the same time they are. Okay, and no one starts RuneScape expecting, yeah, I'll play it till I get to level 80, then I'll quit. I don't want to be a noob. People get on RuneScape thinking, God, I want to get all 99s. I don't care what anyone says. That's what people do. So yeah, food for thought, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Just leave me a comment, on your thoughts about this. And I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching.